Welcome. My name is Ernesto Palomares Hilton, and I'm glad to present to you from the collection Management Systems Topics the next video, the Standards Management Systems. Introduction. Day by day, it is more common that we see organizations that are establishing different management systems based on international standards. However, despite the fact that there are thousands of people working in those organizations operating these kind of systems, for many of them it is still difficult to understand what is a management system and, above all, how to include it, adapt it, and improve it within their organizations. Many of those people see that as if they had a circle representing the organization they are working for. And also they had a square representing the management system. If they try to fit the square in that circle, it could be a hard task to do it successfully. But that's not a proper way to do it. I will present here a description of what a management system is and how we can understand it and fit it in any type of organization. General information. A management system is a way in which an organization manages the interrelated parts of its business in order to achieve its objectives. These objectives can be related to a number of different topics, including product or service quality, environmental performance, occupational health and safety, and many more. The level of complexity of the system will depend on each organization's specific context. The larger the organization and the more people involved, the more common it is that there are some documented procedures, instructions, forms, and records. This helps to ensure that people do not do things in their own way, but in the way the organization has planned. That means that there is a minimum degree of order in the way in which the organization carries out its activities so that time, money, and other resources are used efficiently. In order to be really effective and efficient, the organization can manage the way things are done, systematizing them. This ensures that nothing important is left out of the system and that each person is clear about the responsibilities to do what, when, how, where, and why. The organization. When talking about establishing a management system in an organization in compliance with the standard, it is important that we identify the concept of organization. The International Organization for Standardization, ISO, defines this term as follows: organization, person, or group of people that has its own functions with responsibilities, authorities, and relationships to achieve its objectives. This definition includes the next two explanatory notes. 1. The concept of organization includes, but is not limited to, a sole trader, a company, corporation, firm, enterprise, authority, partnership, association, charity or institution, or a part or combination thereof, whether incorporated or not, public or private. 2. This constitutes one of the common terms and core definition for ISO management system standards given in the Annex SL of the Consolidated ISO Supplement of the ISO IEC Directives, Part 1. The system. Once we identify what is an organization, let's now see what a system is. ISO defines the term system as set of interrelated or interacting elements. ISO also defines management system as a set of interrelated or interacting elements of an organization to establish policies, objectives, and processes to achieve those objectives. This definition contains 4 explanatory notes which follow. 1. A management system may address a single discipline or several disciplines, for example, quality management, financial management, or environmental management. 2. The management system elements establish the structure of the organization, roles and responsibilities, planning, operation, policies, practices, rules, beliefs, objectives, and processes to achieve those objectives. 3. The scope of a management system can include the whole of the organization, specific unidentified functions of the organization, specific unidentified sections of the organization, or one or more functions across a group of organizations. 4. This constitutes one of the common terms and core definitions for ISO management system standards given in Annex SL of the Consolidated ISO Supplement of the ISO IEC Directives, Part 1. Organizations and systems. There are many different types of organizations and also different types of systems, among which are various management systems. Now let's see how we can establish one or more management systems inside an organization. We should at first see the organization as a system. Any organization is an entity for the transformation of resources and some of profits. For this, it needs some inputs as material, money, human effort, and information. The organization will take these productive resources and place them in its processes in order to get some output, mainly the product and services it delivers, but in addition, satisfaction of people involved, survival and growth of the organization, and social benefit. It can use some feedback to the processes and to the input in order to improve its performance. There are some other issues, some of them external to the organization, as the political, economical, social, technological, environmental, and legal, and some others are internal to the organization, as strategy, structure, systems, shared values, skills, staff, and style. All of them will impact in the organization's performance. Basic subsystems. The next step is to learn about the basic components or subsystems of any organization. The first one is the objectives and values. It covers the organizational culture, philosophy, values, general objectives, groups objectives, individuals objectives. The second subsystem is the psychosocial. It attends the human resources, their attitudes, perceptions, motivation, group dynamics, leadership, and communication. The third one is the technical. It amalgamates the knowledge, techniques, premises, and equipment. The fourth subsystem is the structural. It fixes the tasks, rules, authority, workflow, work groups, information flow, and the procedures. And in the center we find the management subsystem. It interrelates all the different subsystems and the organization with its environmental suprasystem. This management subsystem is the one who is setting the strategical, tactical, and operational objectives, the planning, integrating the resources, organizing the different subsystems, conducting the operations, and controlling all the results. Inside this management subsystem, we find the different management systems based on standards as quality, environmental, risk, anti-bribery, occupational health and safety, food safety, and many. The management systems. Any management system is a subsystem of any organization. A management system standard is a model with state-of-the-art practices. These standards are based on the management principles that are common to ISO management system standards. These management principles are customer focus, leadership, engagement of people, process approach, improvement, evidence-based decision-making, and relationship management. Conclusions. A management system is a basic component or subsystem of any organization. Any management system interrelates all the organization subsystems and the organization itself with its suprasystem in its particular field. Management system standards provide the organization with a model to follow for establishing and operating its own management system. These models incorporate the characteristics that experts in these fields have agreed on what state-of-the-art represents. Therefore, a model-based management system, in conformity to a standard, is developed on a solid foundation of state-of-the-art practices. The International Organization for Standardization (ISO) management system standards make these successful practices available to all organizations. In order to access to other videos about management system topics, you can subscribe to this Canal Gestec in YouTube. Thank you for watching this video.